Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching this out there on the World Wide Web. This is Jeremy Geelan for SYS-CON TV here at 13th Cloud Expo, Silicon Valley. I have with me Gary Ardito from NetIQ. Welcome aboard, and day 3, you can tell us how it's been going for NetIQ, Gary.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. It's been a great show for NetIQ. We've had a great chance to speak with many potential partners, customers, about how NetIQ is enabling the cloud, about how we're allowing customers to get access to cloud services and enabling service providers to deliver cloud services in a secure, compliant manner, allowing them to really reach out and get attached to the large enterprises that they're looking for.
Any differences this time round, Gary, in who's coming to the booth? Any of you been saying to one another, that's interesting, we haven't seen that kind of person before?
Sure, exactly, absolutely. There's been a large mix of people this year. There's been a lot of software companies that are just starting to get their software loaded as a software as a service offering. So we're seeing a maturity level occur within the software industry, and they're looking for assistance in how do they make their software more secure and how to let people authenticate and access their service in a secure, compliant way. We're seeing the evolution of the service providers, and they're now looking at how do they make sure that what they're offering can be included in their end customers' regulatory compliance policies and secure access policies. How are they migrating workloads into the cloud environments properly and effectively and easily? So the level of service offerings by providers has increased and become more mature, and while that's occurring, NetIQ is right there to provide them with the tools to make those things happen. So they can do that in a way that is highly secure, offers great services to their customers, and helps them raise their revenue and make more money.
You're in something of a sweet spot. If you can deliver all that, it's sort of the philosopher's stone.
I think so, hopefully. You know, we do see ourselves as being central to the convergence of the enterprise and the service providers. And we're able to provide tools that allow enterprises to better consume cloud and allow service providers to better deploy and deliver cloud-based services. And we think that that ties right into the big data message that's going on here as well. We think that the way that you provide big data services in a very user and data-centric security way. And so we're providing those tools that allow them not only to provide access to what are maybe the more common software as a service type tools, but also the extended big data environments and tools that are happening out there.
So from a NetIQ perspective, well, from most of our perspective, you know, there's so much still to happen in this space. Where will you particularly, you know, like where do you promote? Well, it's lovely to see you at Cloud Expo, but do you have any particular aspirations, like are you a finance play? Is there something, do you want to go after healthcare? Is there anything that you have to try and chase?
Well, I think that we could talk about that in a vertical standpoint, like healthcare or finance or education or manufacturing or government. We'd also talk about it in sort of the ongoing evolution of IT. And everybody's moving to that hybrid cloud state where the enterprises are going to be consuming cloud services from multiple providers. And providers have to figure out how they're going to play in that world effectively, and so are enterprises. So we're bullseyeing in on that hybrid cloud state. And at the same time, understanding that regulatory compliance issues, while they're different for those different industries that we mentioned, the focal point around regulatory compliance in and of itself is the same. Yeah. And you have to be ready for whatever regulations you have today, because you know more will come tomorrow. That's what the government does, right? More and more regulations. So as they come, we'll be right there in that sweet spot, helping enterprises as they shift to a cloud model and helping providers provide better services out to those enterprises.
I love your upbeat spirit. I know that permeates NetIQ because you are doing so very well indeed.
Thank you very much. We certainly are. And again, it's our leadership and our focus on that direction that has us very excited and very confident. And shows like this continue to raise the bar. You continue to get better conversations every year, more mature conversations every year. And shows like this are looking forward to coming back.
That's the spirit. We'll see you there, Gary. Thank you so much. By then, I'll have gotten my voice back.
That would be great. Maybe I'll go earlier in the cycle next time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you. So, Gary Ardito, NetIQ, and thank you for following along out there on the World Wide Web.